Han Feng questions the tied-up man about the purpose of his visit, recalling that he mentioned being sent by a base for a trade. Jang Ho, standing beside him with a knife in hand, listens intently. Man, weak and trembling, reveals that the trade involves exchanging weapons and food for the people living in the area. Han Feng demanding to know what these traded people are being used for. Man, his face bloodied and eyes wide with fear, responds hoarsely that they are taken to help construct the base. Han Feng realizing that instead of reducing numbers for survival, the base is actually expanding its labor force despite the dire conditions. Jang Ho, observing Han Feng's reaction. Han Feng crosses his arms, his tone filled with skepticism as he mocks Man, questioning if he really expects them to believe such nonsense. Man, still trembling, insists that everything they do is for rebuilding civilization and saving humanity, claiming their actions are not evil. Jang Ho swiftly moves, grabbing Man's hand with force. Jang Ho presses his knife against Man, demanding to know what happens if their mission fails. Man stammers that if they don't complete their task, the base will simply send more people, ensuring the mission is carried out no matter what. Jang Ho leans in close to Man. He asks if the base has any superpowered individuals. Man hesitates before claiming ignorance, insisting he doesn't understand what Jang Ho is talking about. Observing the soldier's reaction, Han Feng silently analyzes the situation. Man's nervous response, there's a strong possibility that the base does have individuals with special abilities. Given the base's aggressive tactics, if they do possess enhanced fighters, they are more likely to be enemies rather than allies. Man slumps against the wall, his body covered in blood, barely clinging to life. Han Feng watches the brutal state he's in, thinking to himself that Jang Ho's methods are excessively ruthless. Han Feng speaks up, questioning if there's really a need to kill Man right now. Jang Ho, however, dismisses any hesitation, asking if he actually believes Man's claims about saving people. Jang Ho makes it clear this so-called base is just another rising power, and their true intentions are unknown. There's no room for naivety. The choices are simple. Eliminate them now or leave and find a safer foothold elsewhere. Han Feng decides to discuss the situation with the others before making any rash moves. Han Feng cautiously peeks out from the doorway. He moves swiftly, his mind racing with thoughts about Jang Ho's unpredictable nature. Li Zhanghao's true motives remain a mystery, and there's no telling what kind of people he has under his command. Descending the stairs, Han Feng grips his weapon tightly. If what the Special Forces soldier said is true, then securing an external foothold might be the safest option. Reaching the underground parking lot, he surveys the area. The place is eerily silent, but he recalls seeing military jeeps and trucks here before. He crouches down, trying to pinpoint where exactly they were stationed, realizing that if the base sent reinforcements, this might be his only chance to intercept them. Han Feng grips his weapon tightly, sensing movement nearby. He peeks from behind the car and spots a dark shadow approaching. Before he can react, a sudden rush of air alerts him. He turns sharply, eyes widening in alarm as a woman with glowing red eyes charges at him. Han Feng barely dodges as she swings a blade at him. A hand engulfed in a strange green and purple flame. As the glowing hand strikes, Han Feng instinctively blocks it with his arm, bracing for impact. However, to his surprise, he feels no pain. His mind races. This green and purple glow carries a strange effect. He hadn't expected such an attack to have no impact on him. Testing the energy, he notices that it resonates with his own power, causing a slight shift in the air around him. Just as he prepares to retaliate, a voice calls out, demanding them to stop. The nurse freezes in shock, eyes widening as she realizes who she's fighting. Likewise, Han Feng recognizes her, his grip loosening. And Brother Lai exclaims that they are all familiar faces. The misunderstanding dawns on them, leaving Han Feng and nurse in disbelief. Han Feng explains the situation, stating that he returned to the area to find a safe route out of the district. Brother Lai reacts with frustration, exclaiming how shameless Jang Ho and his people are for using residents as trade commodities. However, Nurse offers another perspective. If the residents are sent somewhere safe with enough resources, it might not be entirely bad. Han Feng remains skeptical, pointing out that the claim about helping build the base was only the soldiers' version of the story. If this was truly a noble cause, Jang Ho and his people wouldn't need to arm themselves so heavily. Looking around, Han Feng mutters that many things simply can't be explained. As the group stands in the dimly lit underground parking lot, Han Fang, sitting on the construction vehicle, states that they can't fully trust Zhang He's people, but they also can't dismiss their claims entirely. They don't even know if this so-called base actually exists. Brother Lai, still skeptical, asks what they should do if someone really does come. Han Fang acknowledges the uncertainty but points out that without finding an alternative mode of transportation, they won't be able to leave regardless. He instructs everyone to search for usable tools. Splitting up, Han Fang climbs onto the bulldozer while Brother Lai and the others check the nearby vehicles. As he inspects the controls, he quickly realizes the key has been removed. Before he can react further, Brother Lai suddenly calls out an alarm, urging him to come down immediately. Han Fang's eyes widen as he stares at the stash of weapons laid out before him. Shocked, he mutters about the sheer amount of firepower they've just discovered. Brother Lai, thinking practically, suggests calling the others over to gather the weapons. They'll surely be useful later. Han Fang agrees, and they prepare to secure the supplies. As he examines a melted section of the vehicle, Han Fang wonders if he was responsible for the damage. Meanwhile, Brother Lai calls out to someone nearby. He and Brother Lai exchange glances before deciding to approach. Han Fang and the group arrive at a massive covered structure, puzzled by its sheer size. Nurse suddenly tenses, hearing strange noises coming from behind them. One of the group members asks for a high-powered flashlight, and Han Fang confirms he has one, shining it forward. Counting down together, they pull the massive sheet down. As the final count reaches 1, the fabric collapses. As the fabric falls, the group is left in stunned silence. Their eyes widen in disbelief as they take in the sight before them. Before them stands a massive underground entrance, glowing with an eerie blue light. The scale and structure of it make it clear this isn't just a random hideout. Han Fang concludes aloud that this proves the existence of the supposed base. Whether it's safe or not remains uncertain, but there's no doubt that they've uncovered something significant.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.